Until 12 o'clock on this Saturday morning. Absolute pleasure to have in the studio from Kaos Boxing. We've got Dylan, we've got Anne. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
And girl, of course. How are you? You doing well? Ready for Christmas?
Very, very ready for Christmas.
As I said, well, I'm glad you are, because I'm not, to be honest with you. I'm the typical 23rd of December shopper. What can I say? So much to do before the big day. Right, your focus, Dylan, is very much beyond the big day, isn't it? You've got a massive night of boxing coming up.
We have.
With a twist. Tell us all about that.
With a twist. We do the charity boxing, and we're looking for sign-ups in January to host a show at Jack's Bar on the 24th of March, where people sign up. They train for 8 weeks free of charge, and then they get matched against each other in a very safe environment, which is all a family-run thing at the moment.
Yeah.
So everything from the door staff up to the people in the ring are friends or family of myself or Anne.
I mean, with the whole charity boxing as well, because white collar boxing has been a big thing, has it, or blue collar boxing, or whatever you call it.
White collar boxing.
White collar boxing, and you know that's really taken off. Is this taking it to another level and giving them more training? Would you say? Is it more specialist?
What's happened is it's escalated quite fast in a year, because we literally work one-on-one with everyone inside the club. So on our side of things, it's grown really faster than I ever imagined. Because there's a female coach as well for the females obviously, and myself. Obviously, you work one-on-one on people's different skill levels, and it's a wicked platform. People who have boxed before, people who want to have a go at boxing, and sometimes just a bucket list change for people. But then they join the club afterwards, and we make friends with them. So that's how we run things. But it's grown. We've had 5 shows so far this year, and then this is the first one of next year.
Bet you're really looking forward to it. Now, you mentioned about having a female coach, and you also mentioned about female people who haven't boxed before, and even women who haven't boxed before. Tell us about this young lady next year, because she falls into both categories, doesn't she, when she came along?
That's right, yeah. Anne came to us 2.5 years ago, and she wanted to just lose a bit of weight. She saw the sparring side of things. Girls can have a go. And when she hit me, I had a headache for about 3 years. So I said, why don't you try this properly? So she started learning, and at first, to be fair, she was pretty bad, but she could hit really hard, and all I've done is work on everything: stance, guard, just her strengths. Yeah. And then from there now, she literally works side by side with me every single day, and her boxing's become really good. She can hit really hard. Now she's called the Hammer.
Excellent. And to be honest with you, in fantastic shape as well. Looking ready to go in the ring at any point. And I mean, that's the story, isn't it? And it's such an inspiration to people that you can put yourself in people's shoes who walk in for the first time, and that must be important to them.
Yeah, it is. It's when people come in, it's like we have all different shapes and sizes who come in, and with some of the women, they have less confidence than some of the other people, and they always come and say, I want to do this for fitness, and I want to learn something new. And we have got quite a few girls now who have stayed with us, but it'd be good to bring new girls in who haven't got that confidence yet, who want to try something new.
It's rewarding as well when you put that confidence in them, but you see that they enjoy it as well, and you can show them that it's fun as well. Obviously people are going to look at it. Yeah, it's a contact sport. It is what it is, but you can show them the safe way, the best way, and the most enjoyable way to do it.
Yeah, we do. We promote it in the most safest ways. We've got head guards and stuff. Women, if they don't feel comfortable with the sparring, they don't have to do it until they're ready. And when they are ready, there's head guards there that they can use. And to be honest, when they do start sparring, if they're in the mixed classes, Dylan or myself will spar with them first, and then they go round, and then they get the confidence up and spar with other people.
Have you noticed that there's an increased level in women's boxing now? Is it growing?
It is. It's just slowly. It's like the men. It is a man's sport in that sense, but women are slowly coming over to the side of, it's okay. We can do this as well.
Is it people like Nicola Adams who have been such inspirations, of course, to women's boxing, that have done that, not just in how she's performed in the ring, but how she carries herself outside of the ring?
Yeah.
I mean, just amazing inspiration, isn't it? The level of women's boxing, like you say, Dylan, that's coming through now.
Well, yeah, but it's very difficult because they don't. I think the first problem you have is them just literally walking through the door. That is the biggest. They all say I was scared to walk in.
I was.
So I always say to them, look, if you want me to meet you on the car park, I'll meet you outside. So you've got someone that's the biggest key, and then when they're inside, they will understand which way they want to go. But we've had girls that have come along and I'm just doing this for fitness. 4 or 5 months later down the road, I'm fighting in the ring, and they do get in there. We've got. And like the head of the WWBO, she's got another 3 girls underneath her. So there's another girl called Ravina. She's really good. She's like a little giraffe. She's long arms, very, very fast. We've got another girl called Natalie Tim. She's really strong. She's like a smaller version of myself, I'd say. Very tough. Another girl coming through, Sam Kidd. She had her first go and we protected her because she was brand spanking new to it, and now she wants to have a proper go against someone else where she can get her teeth into. But the first time round, she was like only had 8 weeks training. That was all she'd had. I don't think she'd ever seen a pair of boxing gloves.
But look how she come back after that fight. After she's come back and she's done everything. She's one of the ones that will listen. Doesn't matter what you tell her. She will try her best to learn it and get better. That's what she wants. That's her goal.
Yeah, that's what it's about as well. And you're not going to learn more than anywhere once you're trained up and get ready to go in the ring, aren't you? And like you said about, people get knockbacks, but sometimes most times, if you're a good athlete, good sportsman, good sportswoman, you learn from defeat, don't you, sometimes?
I do say to people, if you can't handle defeat, don't be in the sport, because it has to happen sometime. Whether it be you've been knocked down, you don't get up, or whether it be it's just a points lost. Sometimes it goes against you and you've won the fight, but it's an opinionated sport, so the scoring judge will see how he sees on the night. He might go back and watch the tape and go, do you know what, it was a draw, or do you know what, that was just yours by a point. So I say if you can't handle that, then don't do boxing.
Definitely.
Don't do boxing, don't do kickboxing, because that can happen. We've all been on the wrong end of decisions, or I've been beaten in the ring. You don't like it, you want to go and cry in the changing room, but you think about what went wrong. You think more about it.
You can learn from it though. You can go back to your fight and watch what you've done wrong
and what you need to improve.
And what you need to work on. And it's like some people do get disheartened by it and don't like the losing side of it, but if you put this positive spin on it, that you can actually go back, look at what you've done wrong, correct it for the next one, and see how and increase and getting better each time.
These guys say that, well, you just said the word, Anne, positive, isn't it? It's about being positive, it's about encouraging. It's not about, people do this because I love doing it. People who are doing the charity boxing event, which we'll as I say, we'll sort of mention about the process for very shortly indeed. It's about encouraging them to do it, isn't it? Because, they're doing it because they want to do it, and they're doing it because they enjoy it.
There is a few parts of it which is quite irrelevant. We've got like a cameraman on the night time, and he picks people from my family, sometimes my brother-in-law, and he's got 3 angles of the fight, and he puts together and then puts them on YouTube. And I've had people say, oh man, I fought really bad tonight, and then within a few days it's on YouTube, so it's still fresh. And they'll watch the YouTube video and go, actually that wasn't that bad, actually I thought I got really beaten up, and you look back, I was like, no, you're doing really well. I've had people in my corner and they're sat there going, I'm losing, I've lost, I'm not getting up, and I've actually slapped one of them. I don't do it often. I'd get up and he's like, okay, and he got up and he actually went on to win the fight. And he wanted to quit.
It's how you deal with people. People need different encouragements, don't they, so to speak.
That's only terrible.
I've done shows where I thought, oh, that was rubbish, and now I've listened to it back and it wasn't too bad actually.
It's like with fighters, their corner team is their main thing. It's like they trust us in what we're telling them.
They're an extension of them in the ring, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's like look at Ashley Bates. He's even when he's came in for us and been a stand-in, he's requested that he's had us in his corner because that's where he feels comfortable.
With the charity boxers, some people say, I'm not going to do this one, and you get to the very end and you've got a talented lad and we have to call upon someone else, and they'll go, okay, as long as I can be in your corner because I haven't trained, and 3 rounds is, I know it's only 3 2-minute rounds,
but it's still tough. It's non-stop.
And I can control, for some reason I can control people that listen to me. I just go, back off, and they'll be okay. And then they'll do the 3 rounds at the end, they'll thank me, and sometimes I've even held other person to a draw and they haven't trained in like 2 to 3 months. And we've got people, they've got a lot of trust in us. They know that if they ever go into additional fights outside of the charity boxing, they know that we're going to try and keep them as safe as possible. If I make a mistake and the fight we'd bit off more than we can chew, all we will do is we just throw a towel in, same for another day.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened yet.
We have always said when we do go and compete on other shows and we don't know much about them, that we do actually inform the fighters as well that it could be what we say it is, or it could be a little bit more. So they're fully knowing what's ahead.
You guys look after your fighters, and it's absolutely brilliant. So tell us about this event, the dates, and also most importantly, the sign-up dates, of course, which are coming up very soon, Dylan.
Sign-up will be the second week of January, because the first week everyone's just getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
It's for 2 weeks, and then another additional 8 weeks after that of boxing training, which will be 3 nights a week. And then at the very end of it, we match people up at the very, very end, and then they'll box against someone of equivalent. It's not always the same, or not always the same weight, but someone of equivalent.
Yeah.
So they can have a good boxing experience, and hopefully see where they go from there, and hopefully join the club. That is the main aim, is to grow the club, because we're quite small.
Yeah.
It's quite personal on the inside, so they get a lot of one-on-one time. And there's about 5 coaches in the room. I'm the head coach of the men, and the head coach of the women, and the people that she's helping, they're helping the others because they're seeing how Anne's done it and how I've done it. I've also got a cousin who goes around helping. He's very much in the shadows. He just goes around, he'll come to me and go, this person hits really hard, you can't put him with that person,
He's
that person
scout.
from them.
Yeah.
He's and we all sit down at the very end, we put it on pen to paper, and we do all the matchups, and there's 4 of us that go, yeah, that's right, no, I don't agree with that. I get overruled quite a lot, because there's so much going on. Sometimes there's 16 fighters, there's 8 fights, and then an additional 5 going against another team. So I do get overall going, no, that's a bad idea.
But sometimes we've been there on the night before, or even a few days before, just making additional changes, just because some people are go up higher than others, and you have to move them round.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's about, safety is important to you, but also it's about giving people the best experience rather than just going in there and getting beaten out of sight. So I mean that's absolutely crucial. This event then 24th of March at Jack's Bar, WV24DU, not too far from Burt Towers. So I should be there on the Saturday evening. I look forward to that as well. You're raising your eyebrows like you didn't know that, or you didn't expect me there, Dylan. I thought I mentioned it, but
No, I've even offered you tickets to come and see you can all come along. I'll put your table out.
Oh, he's a good man. He's a good man. Michael might even buy me a drink. Who knows?
What have I got myself into here?
and basically, you can raise money for any cause that people want to come and raise.
They can raise it individually if they want to.
Yeah.
But what's close to my heart is obviously my nan was died of cancer. She was a ripe old age of 91. So I thought, put it to positive use. We try and raise as much money as we can.
Yeah.
For the Dean's Award at New Cross Hospital.
It's a great cause.
A lot of people have either been touched by it, or we do have a few people that have actually been to the Dean's Award and been treated there.
The one great thing is as well, that money goes to New Cross, it's going to New Cross, isn't it?
Yes.
It's going to that ward at New Cross, which is absolutely crucial in today's charity climate. Right, Dylan, so first of all, I know you've got a few people you want to thank, and then where can people find you guys online?
First of all, they can find me at www.kaoskickboxing.co.uk.
Yeah.
Just find the link and send me your details, and we'll be in contact either by email or through text message. I just want to say thank you to one of our main sponsors, which is Adam Locks and Safes. He also owns Cats, which is a decorating company. He's really supported the event from day one. He's invested heavily into it just to make sure these shows go ahead. So just a big thank you to him, really, from being there from day one. He's also a good friend of mine, and he's also got to come change my lock in a bit because it's broken.
Not what you want is something broken at this time of year, believe me. Dylan and from Kaos Boxing, you're absolute superstars. We wish you all the very best for the show. If I don't see you before, I will see you before. We'll get you in before, but I'll definitely be seeing you down at Jack's Bar. Thanks for joining us on WCR, guys.
Thank you.